All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Well, folks, the start of a new college football season is literally just around the corner as things are set to get kicked off this Saturday over in Ireland between a couple of Big 12 foes in K State and Iowa State. And it's not uncommon, okay, to see a pair of ranked opponents begin the season, okay, facing each other. But it's less likely when both of these teams are in the same conference, and even less likely when they're going to be meeting in Europe. And that's the scenario that we're going to see this Saturday between K State and Iowa State. However, um, it's one of those scenarios, and I talked about this heading into the season when I talked about how I expected things to go down in the Big 12 conference. I would not be surprised if this is the only time that we see Kansas State and Iowa State meet this year. Both of these teams, I feel, are going to be in the mix to win the Big 12 conference. We saw Iowa State get to the Big 12 championship game last year. K State is definitely going to be in that mix as well. I would not be surprised to see both of these teams meet in December in Arlington for the Big 12 championship. And I also would not be surprised to see both of these teams possibly face off in the college football playoff. I think both of them have that potential. But nonetheless, you look at these two teams right here, okay? And they did face off last year in Ames late in the season. And that contest went to Iowa State as they got the best of Kansas State that day, 29-21. I look at this game, and first of all, looking back at that game, both of the quarterbacks, and they're going to be back on the field for this one, Avery Johnson and Rocco Beck, did not play the best. Avery Johnson did throw 3 touchdowns for K-State, while Rocco Beck threw 2. Nobody turned the ball over, but the completion percentages weren't that great. I think this game right here is going to be very tightly contested. Okay, K State comes in as a slight favorite. They're 3-point favorites in this contest. But nonetheless, I think this game is going to come down to several things. Which quarterback protects the football, whether it's Rocco Becht or Avery Johnson, and which team gets the most out of their offense, because I expect both of these teams to really lean on their run games. You go back to the game last year, Iowa State had 187 yards on the ground. K-State had 144 yards on the ground. And, of course, the Wildcats, heading into the season, of course, they have to replace DJ Giddens. Is Dylan Edwards or Dylan Edwards going to be able to be that guy to get it done? Iowa State's bringing back the same top duo in their backfield that they had last year in Carson Hansen and Abu Sama. There's going to be plenty of familiarity with these teams. I like both teams, what they have defensively. You look at Kansas State. I talked about this before in my Big 12 preview. Middle linebacker Austin Romaine, in my opinion, is going to be in the discussion to be the Big 12's Defensive Player of the Year. You also look at strong safety VJ Payne, as well as outside linebacker Desmond Purnell. And then you look at this Iowa State defense with middle linebacker Cooper Abel, as well as cornerback Jontez Williams, who, in my opinion, might be the best corner in the Big 12. I go back to the running game. Kansas State is bringing back 4 seniors on this offensive line. That could be a factor in this one. You also look at the head coaches, Matt Campbell, as well as Chris Kleiman. What are they going to bring to the table in this one? 2 solid coaches, as far as I'm concerned, 2 of the better coaches in the Big 12 conference. It's one of those, like I said before, Iowa State got the best of K-State last year. I think both of these teams, it's kind of flip a coin as far as who is the better team. Again, not to sound like a broken record, but I think it's going to come down to which quarterback protects the football, and also which offense scores touchdowns more consistently and has to rely on field goals less. Like I said, this is going to be a very tightly contested game. I think the first team to get the 20 wins it. I'm going to give the edge to K State in this one, and I'm going to take the Wildcats to get the win to start their season by the score of 30-23. Clearly, if you lose this game for the loser, it's not going to mean the end of the world, but nonetheless, you're still going to be fighting an uphill battle. But nonetheless, I think both of these teams want to get started on the right foot. You got two squads coming in here ranked, of course. Iowa State number 22, K State number 17. You don't want to start behind the eight ball, but nonetheless, this is a new landscape of the new college football as far as going out there and playing the best. Clearly, in this situation right here, you're playing somebody from within your own league, so it's not a big out of conference game. But nonetheless, I'm going to give the edge in K State to get this victory over in Ireland. But folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank each and every one of you for checking out the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. And if you like what you heard and saw on this podcast, you know what to do. Just hit that like button as well as subscribing to this channel. And like I always say, it's greatly appreciated. Also, if you're on the X, formerly known as Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. And there's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating groups going on social media. And finally, just like it is on the X, you can check me out on Instagram at 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge. You give me that follow, I'll give you that follow right back. But until next time, fine folks, my name is William Martin. I'm signing off, saying thanks once again for checking in. Take care, have a good one. And for all of you college football fans out there, definitely enjoy the action this weekend. Be well, everybody.